Hey everyone, and welcome back to Weather for Weather Geeks, the Tuesday evening edition. We've got a lot to talk about this evening in our run-up to Thanksgiving. The wind will be a story big time tomorrow. We'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about precipitation. We'll be talking about what happens after Thanksgiving and heading into the long holiday weekend. But first, as we oftentimes do in this video, a little review of where we've been today. The warmest day of November, our warmest day since Halloween, when it was in the 60s for a time before temperatures fell. We reached 59 this afternoon. What a great day it was. We had a good deal of sunshine and pretty calm winds as well. Right now, 5.9 degrees below the average. November will go into the record books as the second cooler than average month in 2019. Every other month, of course, has been warmer than average. And if you've been watching Weather for Weather Geeks religiously of late, I've been harping on that quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. All right, our big midweek system is ramping up across the middle of the country this evening on the warm side of things. We have tornado watches out. There's even been a handful of tornado warnings in parts of Arkansas, Louisiana over the last couple of hours. And then on the cold side, this is the snowy side. This was in Denver earlier today, and now heavy snow impacting travel along I-80 through the Omaha area and the rest of Nebraska and northwestern Iowa. Eventually the Twin Cities conditions deteriorate pretty rapidly this evening and heading into the overnight hours for tonight. So yeah, you know, the wind and the wintry part of this is getting most of the buzz, but there's a pretty good severe weather threat for late November, late this evening across Memphis, the lower Mississippi Valley, an enhanced risk. Not something we see all that often at this time of the year, but look at all the real estate covered by either a winter storm warning or a winter weather advisory, or in some cases a winter storm watch. We have warnings all throughout the mountains of California, Nevada, almost the entire state of Utah under some sort of winter storm warning or winter storm watch. Good chunk of Oregon and Idaho as well. And then, of course, up across the plain states, lots and lots of watches and warnings. And then look at all the real estate that's covered by some sort of wind advisory, a high wind warning or a high wind watch. Western Ohio back through Chicago towards St. Louis. So a high wind warning. Northeast Ohio where we are and into western PA, it's a wind advisory kicking in tomorrow morning and taking us right through Thanksgiving morning. All right, as far as the rain goes, it's going to wait until after midnight tonight, and then steadiest of the rain tomorrow. It'll be raining just about everywhere during the pre-dawn hours, 5, 6 a.m. Once we get into the daylight hours on Wednesday, it's going to be coming and going, scattered in nature, hit or miss. It's not going to be consistently raining throughout the morning. Then as we go towards midday into the afternoon, the last of the showers push through, probably right around lunchtime, between 11 and 1 on average. And this also is when the wind is really going to be getting pretty fierce. And I think the sun's going to try to come out right around midday. And the more sun we see, I think the windier it'll get. Why is that? The sun will help to vertically mix the atmosphere. And that means that while it'll be windy regardless down here at the ground, the really strong winds that are up around 4,000 or 5,000 feet, that wind energy can be pulled down to the ground more easily when you have a well-mixed atmosphere, and the sun coming out will help stir things up a little bit. So yeah, really windy in the afternoon. The clouds roll back in the evening hours. Could be a sprinkle or a flurry later in the evening through the overnight. We're not looking for any sort of snow impacts here. This looks a little ominous on our in-house model, but I don't think there's going to be many snowflakes out of this. Sprinkles, flurries, right into first thing Thanksgiving morning. You might see a couple of raindrops and a couple of flurries first couple of hours of daylight Thursday morning. The bulk of Thanksgiving, though, yeah, pretty uneventful. A lot of clouds around, and nicer day coming up on Friday. All right, so here's a look at one of our models. As far as wind gusts go, already by daybreak or so, could be gusting to 40 plus. This may be a little fast. I could see where these numbers are a little too high this early in the day, but you know, already a 30 mile per hour gust could be out there by daybreak or so. But certainly by midday, early part of the afternoon, 40 to 50 will be pretty common, taking us right into the evening. So yeah, we're concerned about power outages with this kind of a wind situation. This will not be as severe. If you remember back in February, right around the 24th, we had a severe wind event across the region with 60 mile per hour gusts. Not expecting things to be of that magnitude with this, but yeah, 40 to 50, that's going to cause some scattered power outages, no doubt. Surely not everyone will lose power, of course, but scattered power outages, you can put that in the bank, it looks like, as we go through the second half of the day on Thursday. Again, Friday's a better day. Thanksgiving forecast, a good day to be indoors if part of your family's tradition is a little touch football outside during Thanksgiving afternoon. Bundle up. You're going to be dry in the afternoon, but it will be chilly. Temperatures staying in the 30s on Thursday. All right, if you're doing some shopping early in the day Friday, of course, a lot of sales these days start on Thursday, but traditional Black Friday hours, first thing in the morning. Cold, but dry. No problems on the roads. 5 o'clock temperature 30, about 29 or 30 early in the day Friday, heading for an afternoon high of about 40 with a mixed bag of clouds and sunshine on Friday. Let's talk a little bit more about the rest of the holiday weekend. We have another system heading our way Saturday. This looks like a crummy day Saturday. I think it's going to start to rain by midday at the latest. And temperatures both at the ground level and aloft could be a little bit marginal as the precipitation arrives on Saturday. What I mean by that is that for a few hours, I could see where all precipitation types are going to be a possibility. Plain old rain, perhaps even wet snow at the very beginning of the precipitation, and then something in between for a while. Maybe some freezing rain with temperatures around 30, 31. Maybe some sleet pellets mixed in. Eventually, this will transition to just a cold, miserable rain for a good chunk of the afternoon, but there probably a window of a couple of hours, mid to late morning on Saturday, where this could be a little bit tricky. Be a lousy afternoon in Ann Arbor for the Ohio State-Michigan game with light rain, gusty wind, chilly temperatures, and a similar story back here, of course, across Ohio and western PA. Kind of a neutral-looking temperature map here in the 8 to 14-day outlook. I think it's pretty cold early next week with temperatures in the 30s as a lot of us head back to work and school after the long holiday weekend, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Pretty cold. Beyond that, though, the cold's going to get off the playing field pretty fast, and while it doesn't look like a blowtorch pattern to me in mid-December, it does not look all that cold to me, and that's reflected in that 8 to 14-day map. I don't think we're going to see many harsh Arctic outbreaks in the whole month of December, and compared to the average, the first week of December, first handful of days, maybe about as cold as it gets compared to the average for at least the first 2, maybe 3 weeks of December. As I mentioned in previous editions of this video, I don't think December 2019 will be as warm as December 2018, last December was, but I do not think it's as cold compared to the average as November has turned out to be. I don't think we're going to have back-to-back significantly cold months, in other words. It looks like may take until January for winter to lock in, kind of like it did last year. All right, fresh edition of this video coming your way Wednesday with an update on travel conditions, the wind, the rain, everything else you need to know for Thanksgiving. Thank you, as always, for watching Weather for Weather Geeks. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night.